back with my magically reduced cane. It's a triangular cane. I pulled, I stretched, I used my brayer, and I'm down to the size I want. I'm going to cut it in 6 equal parts. And now here comes the fun part. When you look at them, you want to reassemble them as a mirror image. By the way, for this particular thing, it's best if you got it reduced in as equal of an equilateral triangle as you can, all sides the same length. That way it's just easier to reassemble. But we're going to reassemble like a mirror image, like that. So you have to do a little flipping around to make sure you have all the parts right. But there are so many ways to do it. Here's one thing, and it's a certain pattern, but let's take the other half and assemble them in a different way. Let's find how they go together. Let's do it that way, with that as the mirror image. And actually this end of the cane obviously is not equilateral. But anyway, if we just do if we line up different edges, we have a totally different look. This one, the center is the black. This one, the center is the bullseye cane. So you have to decide how you want to reassemble it. One way to do that is you can actually assemble it like this and put it down on a mirror, and it'll reflect, and you'll see what the whole cane will look like when you assemble it that way. But you just have fun flipping the different edges together. I'll flip these around. This has the bullseye in the middle. Let's do it so we have the jelly roll in the middle. And again, it's a totally different look to the cane. So the decision is yours. I kind of liked it with the black in the middle there, so I'm going to go ahead and assemble it that way. And oops. Now see, I was just looking at the black, matching the black, but obviously I have to flip it because it's the white I need to do too. And hopefully, if all went well, the last piece should fall into place and they all should fit nicely together. So there is your Kaleidoscope cane. As always, when you're assembling, flip it over and make sure you have actually lined up this edge too, because that's just as important. The other one just happens to be the one you're looking at the moment. But you need all sides. If hopefully, it doesn't always work this way, but hopefully if both ends are lined up, that means it's lined up all the way through the middle too. So there you go. There's your assembly like that. You can wrap this with a color if you want. You can leave it as is. It doesn't really matter. And you would reduce it. Again, it's a funny shaped cane. So actually we assembled this as in triangles. If you wanted to, you could now just round this out and it would still have the mirror effect, the kaleidoscope effect. Or you can reduce it in the 6-sided form. To do that, again, anytime you reduce, you want to start pushing from the middle. You don't want to start at the edges necessarily. Push from the middle and keep on going. Use your brayer. Pull anything to get all those pieces compressed together and then lengthened. It'll distort a little bit, but when you're down to your final size that you want it, you can always redefine your sides, like that. And if you wanted it to decided later on, you could reduce part of one end of it to one size. You could wrap the other side with a binding color if you want, whatever you want. Very versatile. But this will reduce down to all different sizes, just like any other cane. And here's your Kaleidoscope cane.